This really does touch up the engine bay enough to make it give you that supercar vibe. What's up, fam? Now, as you saw in today's video, we're gonna be replacing this old and ugly and downright doesn't make any sense being in this engine bay coolant overflow tank with this freaking piece of art from Boost Logic. Anyways, there's a few other things that we're gonna be doing. I'm still waiting on some parts to arrive in order to get them done. As you saw in the video, we're gonna be adding a carbon engine cover. We're gonna be adding some titanium into the engine bay. This way it cleans everything up and makes everything look nice. On GTR, since the turbos are invisible, there's not a whole lot of candy that you can show off in the engine bay. So you have to take every opportunity where you can to change out the little things to make the engine bay look over the top and really look like a supercar. By the way, if you have not yet joined the Bertini community, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. This way you can stay up to date on all of my build series content. With that being said, go ahead and roll the intro. All right, so first things first, we need to take out this overflow tank. So in order to do so, I need to take out the coolant, whatever coolant is left in that thing right now, take that out. This way we can go ahead and get this thing disconnected. Now for this project, I went ahead and ordered this siphoning tool off of Amazon. I'll go ahead and put links in the description box below for those of you who are interested in doing this job. I don't even think this was but like $9 or $10, something like that. So it's not super expensive. And this is going to help us siphon out the liquids out of the tank so that we could either reuse the same coolant until we flush it, or maybe just add a little bit more coolant to the mix. Now, since I'm not going to be using the coolant that's in this tank again, or I should say reusing the coolant that's in this tank again, we're just going to go ahead and drain it off into this bucket right here. This way it makes removing this thing easy and not to make a big mess. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and remove the pressure on the system, whatever pressure might be there. Now, if you buy this kit, it's pretty simple. You just follow the direction of the flow that you want it to go, squeeze it. All right, now I think that's pretty empty for now. All right, now the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this line here and we're gonna remove this line from here as well. Okay, now that we have both of these lines removed, there's gonna be a 10mm bolt right here, and then there's gonna be one more that's right there. Now under this, it's going to be a little bit difficult to show you here in camera, but under here, there is also a hose, which I'll show you here after I remove it, but you have to remove the clip down from this one as well. Now, while I have the old system out, I'm going to go ahead and change out all of the hoses to these new silicone hoses. They hold up better to heat, they last much longer, and they don't crack like how these hoses crack. All right, so y'all are gonna crack up at this, but I did a thing. So as I mentioned, I changed out all of the hoses to the silicone hoses. Really nice. Obviously, I emptied down the system and then changed them all to the silicone hoses. Well, in that process, I couldn't just take off panels. As you know, if you've been watching my content for some time, I ended up completely degreasing them and pressure cleaning them to make them look new again. I also did the front splitter too, which I think is kind of funny, but I am planning on replacing this lip in the future, in the near future that is. So at least now I know how to get to it. With that though, I'll go ahead and get these pieces back on under the car, get the car lowered, and then we'll get the Boost Logic coolant tank, or I should say the Boost Logic overflow coolant tank or coolant overflow tank.
Do you understand?
Y'all know what I mean. Get it into the GTR. So let's get to it because I'm tired. So now we're finally ready to put the Boost Logic overflow tank into the GTR, and it's pretty simple. It's the exact same way that you took out the factory one is the exact same way you put back in this one. All right, so everything is installed now. It came out super freaking flush. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna fill this up with the coolant. For those of you all who are gonna go ahead and install this, you'll see a line there that you'll need to fill. It's basically right above that metal wall is where you wanna go ahead and stop filling. And that's gonna be the perfect amount that you need in order to fill this thing up to where it's supposed to be at. Now, the other thing that I'm gonna be putting into my system is the water wetter. This is supposed to help with cooling performance. So I'm just gonna use one bottle of this and we'll see how it helps out. And something to note, I'm doing this on top of adding new fresh coolant to the mix. Man, and these new Titanium Works titanium covers look so good. I got the power steering pump, overflow tank, and I just realized I need to order another one of these.
I'm not in a position where I can help you because the way that my bank account is set up, the thing is, I got a checking in the savings, but all my money is in the savings. I don't think my card is gonna go through unless you got jeans on because you gotta wipe it off.
But I have one more surprise. Final surprise is this Password JDM carbon fiber engine cover. This thing is gonna look super sweet on top of here. It actually matches the carbon brace that comes in these things. And being that I got my GTR without an engine cover or an intake manifold cover, this is a pretty sweet addition. This project came out so freaking epic. I couldn't be more ecstatic with the way that this thing looks. Let me show you. Yo, how crazy does this look? One, this coolant overflow tank just completely transforms the way that the engine bay looks. It gets rid of that like really crappy vibe that's going on in here and then makes it really look like it's a supercar. This really does touch up the engine bay enough to make it give you that supercar vibe. The other thing that I would say if you are interested in transforming your engine bay and really giving it that supercar vibe is of course your intercooler piping. This makes a huge difference in here. It really cleans it up with this wrinkle black. And then the tile BOVs are just like super bling to the engine bay. The other thing is the cold air intakes from Boost Logic, those things too, and these things make your GTR sound like freaking like a fighter jet. And they really do transform the way that the engine bay looks. It really does like clean it up. And I feel like I really want to do a titanium bolt kit or nut kit for this car. I feel like it's going to really take it up a notch. And then maybe, I'm still not 100% sure, but maybe I'll do those in carbon fiber and then this in carbon fiber. I'm still not sure yet though. The other thing I want to do is come in here and clean the engine bay. It seems like the last owner really didn't keep up with this thing, or at least clean the engine bay, didn't care. With that, what I need to do is I need to run the car through its heat cycle. This way I can top off the antifreeze properly. So I'm gonna take it out for a little bit, ride it around. This way I can get it up to temp, and then I'll go ahead, let it cool down a little bit, and then fill it right back up. Overall, I know a lot went into this video in terms of a bunch of little parts. I think it was a huge success. Exactly what I wanted it to turn out is how it turned out, which you can never be more happier than the moment when you complete your project and it looks absolutely the way that you envisioned it, and sometimes even better. With that being said, if you found this video helpful or you found it entertaining, go ahead and click the like button for me. It really helps out my channel. And if you have not yet joined the community, go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell. This way you can stay up to date on all of my future episodes. And of course, we're gonna be covering tons of stuff on the GTR build series, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned in for that. Also, if you're interested in picking up anything I installed in today's video, go ahead and check out the links in the description box below. You'll have everything you need there in case you're interested in picking up anything I put on my GTR in this video. And I don't know about you, but these things turned out absolutely amazing. Boost Logic, y'all killed it on this thing. The overflow tank came out perfect. The overflow tank gave it that really nice finishing touch that the engine bay needed. With that, and most importantly, above all other things, make sure you're putting out good energy into the world and you're paying it forward. I'll check y'all out later. Bye now.